Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of the Point After Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Caleb.
It's Jay, man.
You feel me?
What's going on, man? How you doing, dog?
I'm living, bro.
How you guys doing, man? Before we get on to this podcast, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe.
Yeah.
It really helps out the channel, man. We're trying to grow as much as possible, get this content. It's in-person content. We've been consistent, right? We're almost at 50. Ain't that about a bitch? But it has been a lovely week of football. Hope y'all know y'all hear those sirens. We hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Crazy world we live in right now.
Mhm.
But we're gonna actually, matter of fact, before we move on, how you doing, my boy? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, bro. Got a nice little swim in this morning. You know, your boy. I say your body. That's weird. Your boy is on this. That was.
It's a little much, bro.
That was cringe.
It's a little much.
I'm on my weight loss journey, bro. I'm feeling good. Another day, man. It's Thursday night football tomorrow. But we're gonna get into some stuff. How you feeling?
Feeling great, man. You know, trying to, have a hobby in my life. You know, been golfing. You know, been perfecting
how are my golfing skills, bro?
You know, Caleb's on the scale of on a 1 to 10, about a 2 on the swing scale. It's a bit hurtful. It's a bit disgusting. The footwork is a bit completely off. But then again, I'm not the best either. I'm just practicing the swing. So, but it's been a nice hobby. You know, I suggest you guys pick that up. But let's get into it, man. Week 2 reaction, and possibly not getting the specific stats and things because we have technical errors today. We would say.
No, we eye test for people in general.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not a stat. I don't think I'm stat.
Oh no, we'll see. But we're gonna talk about the first game here on Thursday. Packers and the Commanders. Packers take the cake, man, 27-18. How'd that look to you, man?
The Packers defense again came out and played well again. Micah Parsons, it's good again. Dallas Cowboys, how you feeling? Look,
Dallas Cowboys fan.
Hey, there's a reason why in our fantasy league, bro, I dropped the Chiefs defense and now I added the Packers defense. They look great, bro.
Right.
And adding Micah there, we Xavier Kinley on the back end, and we don't even go into it. I talked about it. Like, this is a really good defense, and they got after Jaden Daniels in that game.
Yeah,
you know, he unfortunately they made him uncomfortable, and unfortunately, he got hurt. The status on him is that he's questionable for Sunday's game against the Raiders. I believe it was an ankle injury. Knee? Yeah, so he has a knee. I think it was like a knee sprain. Is it a sprain or just a knee injury?
We don't know. I think he was just getting some testing done, some extra testing, but we don't know. He just might be out.
Yeah. So hopefully Jaden's all right. But I think this story for me just tells it's more about the Packers. I mean, I said before the season, for me, the Commanders were going to drop off this year, not because of Jaden. Just I felt like the team had a lot of close wins last year. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to repeat that again. And the fact that their defense, for me, just hasn't gotten better. Yeah. The offseason didn't get much better. The secondary is still not good. Their front four isn't good. Yes, they added Preston Smith today, but, you know, is he that much of a difference maker at this point in his career? You know, he's a solid player, but the defense still just hasn't gotten more better, basically. It just hasn't gotten much. So I think I kind of know what the Commanders are. For them to win games this year, Jaden's going to have to be Superman for them to win games.
Essentially, right? It's going to have to be all offense. It's going to be the Bengals from last year. It's going to be kind of you're going to have to just rely on your offense to win games for you. And it's unfortunate that they didn't really invest in that defense. So
yeah,
you know, you got to it's clearly something to address. But we'll move on to the next game. Bengals and the Jaguars. I do want to talk about this one a little bit. Kind of leads into our next topic as well, but I just kind of want to talk about the game aspect. We'll talk about Joe Burrow later. But how did you feel about the backup coming in?
Jake Browning, man.
Sir?
Yeah, Jake Browning, one of the best backups in the league, and he's been out for the last few years. I mean, he came in and got the job done. We've seen it before. With that famous viral clips going around where he is on the sideline, he's like, y'all shouldn't have gotten rid of me. Y'all shouldn't have gotten rid of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, Jake came in and did his thing, and he's not Joe Burrow, but he has similarities to what Joe Burrow brings to the table. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And that starts with the Bengals. I mean, I looked at them, the way they were playing. Obviously, in the first game, their defense surprisingly looked really good these last few games. But it sucks for Joe to go down. I know we're going to talk about it real soon here. If he's out for the whole season, whatever, if that sucks, it's definitely going to change their outlook of their season. Jake came and got it done, and man, for me, like when I'm looking at like both of these teams, I'm just like Jaguars, Trevor Lawerence.
We'll talk about him later too.
But you can talk about the Jaguars. I'm impressed by the Bengals, man, to get it done.
No, it's and also I think we gotta discuss Jaguars defense not being too well. You know, they are not great in that secondary whatsoever. Got a piece on the D line, right, behind Allen, but it's not sustainable in any type of way. We don't have an X factor there in a sense, right? So yeah, with the Jaguars, it's more of a deeper conversation with Trevor Lawerence, and we're gonna get into that later. But I just think it's a test to how the Bengals are playing right now, given their lackluster defense, we could say, but they've been playing well.
Yeah.
And on paper, I shouldn't say. But and then obviously, Jake using the weapons.
Yeah,
he should. As he should.
G and Jamar and Gesicki
and he was doing his job. He was just hit the open read as soon as you see it. And Joe sometimes tends to hold the ball too long. Sometimes, right? And that's what gets him into his sacks, right? But the O-line just needs to be better.
And Jake, this isn't like unfamiliar territory with him. He's came in and played games. Joe Burrow has missed his game, so he's been in the system for a long time. He's been there, like he knows what to do, and he's got weapons still. So I think Jake can get them a few wins. Do I think they're going to stay undefeated? Probably not, but I think they can definitely keep their head above water with him at quarterback. Sure.
All right, man. Move on to the next game here. Got the Patriots and the Dolphins, man. Patriots bounced back 33-27. And Dolphins offense somewhat gets going, but they still do not pull out the win, man. And what I see here is Drake May looking absolutely great. Looking good against us. Looked pretty good against y'all. Got some nice throws. Don't relax over there. Y'all took an L, so relax over there. I love how Caleb's bias looked to disregard everything good the opponent did, but then when another person criticizes, it's hater, right? So check yourself.
What do you mean? What game did we lose?
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't watch the game yesterday. Well, I didn't watch it. What were you saying?
Somebody come get this guy, dude. But yeah, it's clear to me that Tyreek is going to look for a trade very soon.
Yeah.
And
Kansas City?
Most likely. I would think that's his primary target, right? If, that's in your request. I don't know if the Dolphins would send him that way.
That'd be nuts.
That would be kind of crazy. But I think the takeaway from this game is the upside of Drake May in that offense. And you would hope to get Henderson more involved. I know Gibson had a good game, but I'm sorry. You just need to get Henderson more involved. In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, they're relying a lot on Ramondre Stevenson. You're right. And to go a little bit off topic a little bit about it, but we saw Pete Carroll talk about how they're trying to ease into Ashton Gentry slowly, and I think Mike Vrabel was doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like you understand it, but at the same time now, the next few weeks, you gotta let these young guys play.
These guys are pro ready,
and we're not saying give them like 30 carries,
no,
but like you're right, Henderson should be way more involved in the offense.
Henderson should be getting at least like 8 or 9 carries.
At least, like that's the minimum.
Yeah, but he's barely getting like 3.
Yeah, that won't be.
That's kind of pathetic. But if they get him more integrated in the offense, I think Patriots can actually have a shot at playoffs this year. Yeah, wild card spot.
We'll see. I think
very, very tough.
I think the Patriots are.
I
think they're a year away. I think they'll definitely be better than they were last year. They'll take strides. I think they're a year away. They need more weapons on offense. Put it simple. They need more weapons. Yeah. So you talk about the Patriots. I mean, thank you for leaving with me. My favorite team to talk about, the Miami Dolphins.
That's your favorite.
Yeah. Look.
It's crazy how the fall off happened with that offense, because it was offense that was averaging a lot of points per game. Yeah,
and look, how many times? This is like, I think maybe this is like the 700 billionth time we've talked about this. The games are one up. The Dolphins' offensive line is average, and I'm being kind.
Absolutely.
Yes, they've got weapons, no doubt. they've got Waddle, you've got Tyreek, you got Devon Achane, probably three of the fastest players at their position.
Yep. But
at the end of the day, the offensive line is putrid, and Tua is just not playing good.
Tua's just not playing
great.
Do you think, not to get off topic about it, but about Tua, do you think that past concussions has something to do with his play?
I just think he's getting shut up for what he is. Like he's average. Like
it is.
He's good. He can be good on his day, but he's not that guy. He's not that guy.
It's true, but I don't give him a pass because of the weapons he does have. And it's phenomenal weapons. I feel like we'll talk about him later too, like with the Danny Dimes in this offense. I feel like Daniel Jones could actually do something rather than what he's doing right now.
And Daniel Jones is a mobile quarterback. People forget Daniel Jones can scramble, man.
And a lot of people tend to forget as well that Tua is not mobile.
Yeah, and then the bigger story for me is just Mike McDaniel. We've seen it. I think he's basically handed in his resignation.
I think they're right.
You know? And it's just, you know what?
Sorry to cut you off. What did he say at that press conference? He was like, I don't know. He's just talking in circles. I don't get that.
Yeah, he's clearly look. I think some guys, and we've talked about it numerous times, some guys are just coordinators. And there's no shame in that.
And Mike McDaniel is a great OC.
There's no shame in it. That's just what it is. And that's what he is. He's not a head coach in this league.
Be a team leader and for culture, not the guy.
And I get it. The whole Brian Flores thing, how that played out, it is what it is. But I think if you would have Brian Flores leading this team, because Brian Flores had that Miami
Dolphins defense playing very good. And he had Tannehill playing very well.
Yep. Like they had it. I get it. In Tua's, I think it was first or second year, they clearly weren't progressing how they wanted to. But I think Brian Flores, from clearly has shown that he's just a better coach than Mike McDaniel.
It really is.
So
that's a fact.
And it is what it is. Like you said, I think Tyreek Hill will be traded in the next few weeks. And where do we go from now?
Yeah, we'll see. I do wonder what the Miami gets in return. I do wonder that.
I think they can get a player back, and probably at the highest they could get a third-round pick, maybe.
Second-round pick?
I don't think they're getting a second. I just don't. Tyreek Hill, his age, and
the fact that how he's playing right now too.
Last season he had a bit of a down year. This year, I don't think you're going to get a first or second. You're going to get at most a third, probably a third.
But understandable.
That's it.
That is it. I really do want to talk about this game. New York Giants versus the Cowboys. Really saw
Mr. Unlimited.
Oh god, that's so cringe. Vintage Russell. That's definitely who we saw. Reminded me a lot of the Seattle Russell. And then we saw a Cowboys team who has a high-powered offense, man. Dak was using both weapons to his game. To be fair, though, Dak was struggling a bit.
Dak too. I'm going with Dak. Yeah.
That's water's wet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
never lost faith in you, Dak. This guy over here did. But
what are we even talking about? Anyways.
Say your piece, bro.
No, it's good. The Cowboys kind of shown what they're going to kind of have to do all season is kind of putting up 40 points a game because your defense is putrid. It's absolutely terrible. Your secondary is getting absolutely cooked, and Malik Neighbors took advantage. And that man is going to be a possible top five.
And especially now to even make it worse, Brown's going to be out for a while. So.
And you just what they did? What did Jerry do?
They gave him his money.
And
it's unfortunate. And what? Tyler Smith as well. Well, he was well deserved though. Tyler Smith's a stud.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But yeah, say your piece.
No, it's good. I thought Giants put up a great fight. I think this game really shown the potential of the New York Giants have and how the culture is really shifting over there as a team, as a team putting up points, as a team getting stops. That D-line looked great, by the way.
Yeah, and a little add-on about the Giants too. What you're saying, I gotta look. This is probably the first time I apologize and say I was a little. I gotta give my respect to Wan'Dale Robinson. Man. He's a solid wide receiver, and he has been solid in his defense the last few years. Good. I just had my faith about him being like the number 2 guy with Malik. I didn't, but he can. He's underrated, bro. As far as wide receiver, he can really play.
1,000%.
And we still haven't seen whatchamacallit yet. Scatterboo as much. Now we saw him a little
bit more.
He definitely you saw a little bit of Scatterboo in this game. Hopefully he can get more and more touches because it looks like he could be a big difference maker.
Yeah, and I think he will end up being the number one
over Tracy. You think?
I think so. I think or do the smart thing and use them both as a tandem and as a running back committee. You know, it's the smartest thing I think as a coach what you can do, and to keep your running backs healthy and make them last through playoffs if you guys make it. You know.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson looked great. Obviously, he had that questionable interception in overtime.
That was really bad.
But like I said, that was one of the best games I've seen from Russ since he left Seattle.
Really
I'd be number one, bro.
Real long time. It's been a long time, and I think real life based on momentum and big plays for Russell, and I think that's where he gets it a lot from his energy.
Yeah, he was great.
Despite that last play, which a lot of people are going to take away from this game, and a lot of people are going to remember. Russell played a great game, and I don't know if you noticed, but they did throw a dart in there on some plays.
Yeah,
not to do anything, but just to.
And one thing I'll say about with George Pickens is I think it's great that they went to him late during that game because everyone knows with Dallas that they're going to go to CeeDee Lamb in those moments. But the fact they went to Pickens, I think the confidence that gives Pickens in those moments that hey, you're a go-to guy, I think that's going to be good not just for them. But also other teams that now that we just can't zero in on CeeDee Lamb constantly. Like Pickens could be a really, really big thing for this offense because we know what he brings to the table, but like if he can really be that compliment to CeeDee and it's for them not to be so CeeDee dependent, like that could be big for them, bro. 100%. So I like how they went so late in that game.
Right. And I do want to touch on this game real quick. Lions and Bears. Lions.
What game?
Lions cook.
That was a game.
We call it that. We call it a BTA, you know, belts ass. But Lions, look, Caleb. Man, it also I think. Well, firstly, let me start off like this. I think this shows that the coordinators weren't too big of a hit, but I also do think that the loss of Johnson in the defensive and really showed how much depth this Chicago defense does not have. Lions took full advantage. Amon St. Brown had a hell of a game. And I think Lions will take this game, take this momentum, and try and get back to that offense they had.
I thought Gibbs did too today too.
Yeah, no, Gibbs looked great, and attest to that. Hopefully, they can stay consistent.
Yeah, I mean the big story for me in this game, clearly Ben Johnson, his homecoming wasn't great, to say the least.
No.
Look, we had a Caleb Williams topic last week. I think we're a week or two away from actually, hate to say it, for my guy actually getting benched for Tyson Bagent.
Yeah,
Bagent, whatever his name is.
We're gonna
respectfully Bagent, whatever.
I know Ben likes it.
Yeah, so I mean, look, Caleb just hasn't looked good. Plain and simple, and the Lions are just better, straight up.
It's just same habits. I feel like what I'm seeing.
And the funny thing is they keep showing like these clips of like before and after like Ben Johnson when he first got hired in his press conference, and now it's like he looks like he's aged, man. But Caleb just, what can we say, man? We've already said it. It's what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear that.
I want to say too. We talk about Tyreek Hill question, Trey. How long are we giving until DJ Moore acts out?
Oh no, DJ Moore is almost. I think it's almost out, unless a change happens and then all of a sudden, because I've seen this before. A change happens and all of a sudden the guy's integrated in the offensive tempo. So
because I get to see my guy Luther Burden. I haven't really seen him much.
Luther hasn't done nothing.
And again, he said we're trying to ease him in too, but it's like
these guys are ready, man.
It's like I get it and I don't. He has to have more than he got to be more than that. Like he has to be more involved in the game. Like you need as much talent as they need because Bears, like we've seen, don't have much talent out there. So they need they need their guys out there as much as possible. So hopefully I get to see my guy Luther on.
Hopefully, man.
What were we gonna say?
Oh, I kind of forgot, so we're just gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move on.
I got passionate about Luther Burden because I have him in my fantasy team, bro.
Yeah, no. Luther out the draft, man. We discussed he's ready to go. So like him not being. And I'm also surprised he even went to Chicago in the first place. I know we kind of talked about that like off camera about like the little weird draft pick because of the weapons they already have. So it's kind of like.
Did I think Burden was going to be? Did I say he was going to be better than McMillan? Or no, I didn't say that.
Oh, because McMillan's
Mac had a great game. He did.
McMillan had back-to-back good games, even though the loss had a good game.
But I'm like,
Bro, Ibuka is just proving himself as the next guy in Tampa Bay, and also taking over. I think when Mike Evans is leaving,
maybe even Chris Godwin.
That's also a conversation. Yeah. And I do want to talk about this game real quick. It's sunny days, and I think a test of that is the Chiefs being 0-2, Caleb. I'll give it a little extra class there because fuck the Chiefs. But it is good to see them lose. I think it's clear. Patrick on that offense, and the defense can only do so much. And the Eagles are just overall, I feel like, the better team.
Yeah.
And up front, with what they have and what Saquon does, I think it's really all they needed. And the defense held the Chiefs up. And yeah, Eagles 2-0. Eagles 2-0. Super Bowl rematch too.
Look, I was trying to bring up some Patrick Mahomes stuff real quick, but look. Eagles are just better.
They are better, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we can go to deep analysis and break stuff down, but dude, Eagles are just better right now. The Chiefs, they just don't have a wide receiver room right now. I mean, depending on Hollywood Brown, and Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, Travis Kelce, it happens, but him dropping a pass that gets picked off, it basically seals the game.
And he looks real frustrated out there in general.
Because that's a play Mahomes and Kelce have done over the years. Usually that's money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That for me is a microcosm of what everything is going wrong with the Chiefs right now.
Yep.
Drop passes, just the guys can't get separation.
No creativity in that offense either.
Yeah, and they can't run the football. The offensive line actually has been a little spotty.
Pacheco has been very, very disappointing.
Yeah, and their defense, again, similar to what we had to do against the Chargers. But their defense is what's keeping them in games, pretty much. And that's really how it's been the last few years. Their defense has been one of the best in the league.
Yep.
Yes, their secondary hasn't quite looked as good as it did last season.
Right.
But they're getting pressure on the quarterback. They have one of the best linebacking corps in football. We know this. But they just can't get nothing going offensively. And but we kind of know that about the Chiefs. We got to give the Eagles credit, man. I mean, they're just keeping it going. They're finding ways to win. And Chris Jones had that. Yeah. Chris Jones was like, man, you can go over 100 yards. But Jalen Hurts is like, we won, though.
Yeah.
That's straight up what it is. So, I mean, we can say we want about Hurts. Like, he's the perfect quarterback for that.
Everybody can pull up the stat sheet and where he throws it, this and that, how he runs. I mean, he's getting it done. Wins, and he's a Super Bowl winner. And you can't really kind of discredit.
Yeah, so, I mean, Chiefs, who knows what they're going to do in the next few weeks. Hopefully it is not Tyreek Hill because it is. I'm probably going to I'm probably not going to come to the next podcast, bro. I think it's
going to be Solo Bello podcast? That's crazy.
I'm going to
be Solo Bello podcast. Yeah. We're going to move on to the next game. Not the Colts and the Broncos. We're going to talk about that later. Broncos defense?
Let's ride.
Lay it right. All right. I had a comment on them too because I really hyped up their defense this year, and
they had a bad game. It happens.
They had a bad game, but we'll talk about that later. Last game I do want to talk about, actually two last games I want to talk about. Kind of touched on Tampa Bay. We'll talk about them after this one, but Atlanta Falcons versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Your guy Penix.
I think it's clear, man. I think Michael Penix could definitely win games, man. I think against a good defense like the Minnesota Vikings, man. They have a great, solid defense, especially that D line, and Falcons did the job, man. And Bijan Robinson,
dude, that
dude is amazing, man. Yeah, no, the way he runs is absolutely crazy. But I think the narrative coming from this game is JJ McCarthy not really having a game and getting hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. That was unfortunate. But you're right. I've said Atlanta, for me, has the most talent in this division at all their teams.
It is up to Penix.
It's going to come down to how he develops throughout the season, because if he can develop and you start to see real growth in his game, Falcons should win this division. Like, I'm being honest. And respect to the Buccaneers, yes, they're undefeated right now, but Atlanta, for me, has more talent on both sides of the ball. But yeah, but for me, for Minnesota, JJ McCarthy, look, he's a rookie. He's basically a rookie, similar to Penix, though. But he had a tough game. He got hurt. And we know that the Vikings, they're clearly not going to be the same team they were last year offensively. It's obvious. There's definitely going to be some games where, it looks frustrating to watch, for them on offense. But their defense, I think that's why, though, they realize that they spend a lot of their resources on defense, because they want their defense to be able to just keep them in games, give them a chance. And, I mean, I think I did say Minnesota was going to win. Well, no, I said Detroit was going to win the division. But I think Minnesota is going to be a playoff team. But I won't be surprised if they don't make it, because I just think the quarterback play is going to be a little spotty.
I don't think they're going to make it.
Yeah, we'll see. I got faith in JJ. I think she showed some really good things in that second half in week one. But again, we got to understand that he's a rookie. So
that is very true. Move on to the last game here before we go on to the next topics. We got Buccaneers and the Texans, man.
Yeah,
and
that was a good game.
We really talked about the Buccaneers and how Baker plays and how tough Baker is in general. Mm-hmm. Really love him as a quarterback, and I think his resurgence in his career in general, I think, is a crazy thing to look at.
Yeah, and I was gonna say for Baker Mayfield, I'm just super happy. He's the guy for me where I think similar to Geno, where it took him a few teams, but also he just needed to be embraced. And Tampa Bay's embraced him. Todd Bowles, those guys, they've embraced him. And, Baker Mayfield now, I mean, I can't name 10 quarterbacks better than him. I'm struggling
too. I hold him in high regard.
And Baker Mayfield, and for me, what perfectly describes Baker Mayfield was that run he had in the fourth quarter where he was going to get stacked, stuff broke down.
He's a gamer.
He ran and got that first down, got freaking front flip in the air. He got him a little gimpy, but he was good. But that's just the Warriors.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, and all his teammates say, I think it was it Bucky Irvin, I believe, who said, man, Baker Mayfield's the type of guy that you take it and you feel confident you take him into a dark alley in a fight, he's going to come out shooting.
Right. Absolutely.
That's Baker Mayfield. He's that kind of leader, that kind of personality that I think fits this team, and he got it done. The Texans' offense for me continues. They don't. You can talk about it.
I do want to say though, like I think what CJ Stroud is having a problem with is the Joe Burrow problem, and it's an O-line issue, and it starts up front. We say protect these guys. They need time to throw, and they don't have time. But I'm not going to put all this on the O-line because CJ has underperformed, and it has shown that he's taken a regression, I guess, from his best season. And it's kind of tough to see, man, them to start off 0-2 like that. But it is against a good team, against the Buccaneers. We can't disregard that.
Yeah, that's true.
And before we even talk more about the Texans, I do want to give Ibuka a shout out, man, because he's been playing like a top 10 wide receiver or something. I don't know.
Front runner for offensive rookie of the year.
1,000%. Front runner at the moment. If he continues on, I think he could even overtake the touches Godwin may even get. You know what I mean? So
imagine if he comes back too. That offense is
that's what I mean. So as long as Mike Evans stay healthy, this offense is going to be great.
Shaw White and Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin's been playing very well in the running and passing game as well.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Will Anderson. He made some plays late. Danielle Hunter again, another monster performance. From those two looking pass rushers.
Defense tries, man.
Do you think? Did people jump the gun early with CJ Stroud in his career?
Absolutely. But then we also got to look back at that. Not that I remember. We also got to look back at that line he had back then.
Well, the offensive line has not been good. Well, they traded the best one on every Tunsil. Really see
that's been a major issue, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's never been good. But I don't know. With CJ, it's weird, man. It's just some throws he airs, some throws he hits, and I don't want to say it's a Ohio State thing, but But yeah, man, it's just I don't even know how to put it into words because it's just like CJ's kind of just dropped off.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not like a Bryce Young, type of drop off, but it's definitely a little regression.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man. But we're gonna move on to our topics here. And Caleb, I'm gonna pose a question to you.
Say it.
This is your guy, man. This is your guy.
I got.
Can Daniel Jones take the Colts to the playoffs?
That's not his name.
Danny Dimes, man. Danny Dimes. I'll say Danny Dimes because he won against the Broncos. Shucks.
Daniel Jones, man.
I'll give him that grace.
I'm not saying that Daniel Jones is elite. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback. What I'm saying is, man, when you give him the right stuff, he can win games.
Sure.
If you want to give him the credit to Saquon Barkley that year they made the playoffs in New York, okay. Daniel Jones did have a really good year that year also. Look, any way back for Anthony Richardson?
Well, the way he's been looked in practice, the way he's looked in games, and the way they kind of just made DJ the outright starter, does any come back from him? I think he's a certified backup for his career. Maybe he comes along kind of later like these other quarterbacks have been.
Yeah,
maybe he just needs some development.
I'm happy for Daniel Jones, man. He's played really well. Look, he has the support. He has, again, a head coach who believes in him that made him the starter. Well, a lot of people thought it should have been AR.
Great running back.
He's got a running back. He's got Mr. Pittman and Alec Pierce, another underrated wide receiver in this game. Tyler Warren looks like an absolute stud. He looks like he's going to have a Brock Bowers type rookie year.
Yep.
And they're playing really well right now. And I'm just happy for him, man, because I think he's clearly in a situation where he's being embraced. And we can debate all these guys if they're good enough to lead their teams to playoffs and win playoff games, but clearly just Daniel Jones gave this team the best chance to win games. Now, how far they'll go, we'll see.
No. Get on topic, Caleb. Let's pose the question. I asked you a question.
What is it?
Can Daniel Jones take the Colts to the playoffs? That is the question topic. I know you said they don't have to, and they don't. Mm-hmm. But that's the question. Can they?
You want my answer? Sure. In this division? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
The Texans don't look world beaters. Are you got faith in Jacksonville?
Not at all.
So at the end of the day, like the Colts, they can win this division for me pretty comfortably. It's in their
schedule fits. You know what I'm saying? Looking at who they face, the Titans, the Rams might have a little rough game there. They do play the Raiders. They do play the Cardinals. So some games really gonna have to prove it. But what I do see from Daniel Jones is what I do watch. He can consistently put drives together, and he could push the ball down the field and score. And I think that's very important as a quarterback. Too, if you need to throw the ball far, need short nub, check down, whatever. Daniel Jones could do it, and he is mobile. So I do give him his credit, man. I think late in the season, it looks a little rougher for them on the schedule wise.
Yeah,
it is 2-0. It is 2 games. We'll see how it goes.
But one thing I wanted to add too about Daniel Jones, Shane Steichen, who was their head coach, he was the OC when Jalen Hurts was there. Mm-hmm. And Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts, there's some similarities how they can both throw the long ball. They're both really accurate and short and intermediate, and they're both mobile quarterbacks. Now, Anthony Richardson is mobile and he has an arm, but we see he's not really accurate.
I think with AR, he just has to refine his mechanics, like everything about him.
Yeah,
he just needs to.
But Shane Steichen worked with a similar type of profile when he was in Philadelphia. So, and he's got weapons. He's got pieces around him. So, I think if Daniel Jones continues, they continue to rely on Jonathan Taylor, continue to go run first. And Daniel Jones just to not wreck the ship and make him plays.
And I think he's using Warren. And I think he's using Warren to security blanket very well. Like you said, he's having a kind of Brock Bowers kind of year.
He kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, 100% with the hair too. But yeah, with the blocking, and he's very physical. Run after the catches after well. And I think Colts got a good shot, man. But they play some tough teams. But I think their defense also holds up pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Grover Stewart and your boy DeForest Buckner.
Travis Ward is also out with an injury, so when they get those guys back,
Sire Franklin's and stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anymore, they got some dogs.
And I wish the Niners never really gave up DeForest Buckner because It affects us to this day because we still could have kept him. I know he did probably want to stay. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But the question to me, I think they have a shot. Wild card, it's tough
because that division is
no. That division is definitely. I think they can win the division. It's just if they'll be divisional.
If they can win
wild
it,
card.
I don't think. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
but can they make the playoffs?
Yeah,
I think so. I think there's definitely a chance. I think also Daniel Jones is proving that he could put up points against a good defense. Let's not disregard that. Let's talk about the game as well. Colts take the cake, 29-28. And I think we all kind of predicted that Denver would win this game. But maybe that defense isn't as strong as we thought.
They had a tough game. And again, it happens. It happens. I thought Bo Nix had some throws and some miscues early on that he fixed in the second. He looked really good in the second half.
Yeah.
But I think on overall both sides of the ball, it wasn't their best game. But that goes to credit show. The Colts they showed to be a good team, man.
100%. We're gonna move on to the next topic, though. I really want to talk about this one. I know Caleb does too. We kind of agree on this one. Trevor Lawerence, not a real question, but more of a topic. What about him, man? How you feeling about him right now?
I'm sure you think he's on overrated, right?
No, I think he's real overrated. I think, dude. I don't know, man. I can't really get behind him, and I can't. It's just with the weapons you have and the throws that you throw. Let's not disregard the running back he has as well.
ETNs look really good, man.
Right. So your inability to win games, man, it's just a bad look on Trevor. And I think what's being shown is that you can't win games, man. I think teams are going to be ready to move on from him. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look, that famous clip of him blowing off Liam Cohen, which, by the way, is
I didn't bring that up as well.
And that post-game speech that Liam Cohen gave too was, man, pray for the Jaguars fans.
Oof.
Look, Trevor Lawerence, man, we talked about it before we went on, dude. Like, again, he's a guy who came in with a huge reputation. He was the number one player in high school. Mm-hmm. When he was at Clemson, he was a dog, and he was heralded as the next great quarterback.
Yep.
And outside of his rookie and parts of his second year, like, he hasn't been that guy. I mean,
is it because of the injury? Who knows? Possibly, but we've seen guys bounce back. You know,
we talk about C.J. Stroud now. He's played. Trevor Lawerence for me has been worse.
Yeah. So he really hasn't played up to the caliber he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
He was having conversations with Joe Burrow, like, all right, come on, can we? And what Joe Burrow has done, he's actually been to a Super Bowl. I know people say, "Oh, you guys hold on to that." I mean, yeah, we kind of do because it was a shit O-line and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, and that was it.
Yeah.
And they were this close. I think a lot of people forget they were this close to winning it. So.
Yeah, Lawerence just hasn't shown that he's been able to lead and been able to get it done, make
plays
plays
with his potential.
Yeah, make plays when it matters most.
Yeah,
he's a guy again who has all the physical attributes to be a great quarterback. But
I do want to say this too: your boy Brady, who's on the Raiders staff, of course, has said in the past, man, you got to protect your wide receivers. You got to put them in spots where they do not get murdered.
He is,
and I think what people are harping on Brian Thomas and. He's not catching the ball. Oh, he let the interception happen. I'm sorry. I don't want to get murked by two defenders coming straight at me. And I'm pretty sure in wide receiver's mind, not to diss AB, and this is no diss in any way, but that hit was a detriment. And it was disgusting. So I think wide receivers do always have that in the back of their minds, whether it be an AB hit or a pass that Peyton Manning threw. You got to protect your wide receivers at the end of the day. And I feel like Trevor Lawerence doesn't really care enough to do that. Not that he can do it, but he just doesn't care. He's just going to put the ball where he wants to put it.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Trevor Lawerence, man, but I think we're at the point now where I think he kind of is what he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to show you moments of brilliance and you think, man, this guy's amazing. And he's
going
to show you moments where, like, he's a starter.
Fire.
So I think, I don't know, Lawrence might not. I mean, he's still young, but I just don't know if he's that guy. Man.
It might be curtains.
You know, and the conversation on overrated. I'll put it like this: he was rated as this incredibly talented and gifted quarterback, which he is, but overrated in the sense of yes, he's not elite. He's not one of those guys. Like he's getting close to near like a bottom 20 quarterback. Like he's
getting
that's what it is.
Getting kind of backup range, maybe, huh?
Yeah. What can you say? I mean, these last few years, he's just not been good.
Yeah. And I don't know how long Jacksonville and the owners and staff put up with it, to be fair.
Well, I mean, again, we talked about, everyone said, well, hey, Ben Johnson, he's going there to play with Coach Caleb Williams. That's not Ben Johnson's guy, Caleb Williams. And Liam Cohen, that's not Trevor. I get it. He went there because he's a quarterback, but that's not his guy.
That's not his guy.
So, yeah. We'll see how this plays out.
But I do want to get on this topic, man.
What?
I think there's a lot of comparisons here, but will Joe Burrow, man, be the next Andrew?
Yeah. Look, I saw a stat that Joe Burrow.
I saw that stat too. Yeah. I wanted to cry.
I sent you it, bro.
I was like, what?
Hey, I sent you it, bro. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this, bro.
And it's sad too because,
Oh, I got it.
Not saying I am. Hold on, before you say that stat. Not saying I am. Not saying. But if I put myself in their shoes, and I'm getting constantly hit. But I love football. But you're getting hit.
You gotta start thinking about your life.
You start to think about your career. You start to think about your family. You start to think about your livelihood in general. And maybe that part of the game you look at it, you're like, maybe I should step. And you don't want Joe to. You would hate it because the potential is through the roof. And with a good O-line, what can Joe Burrow do?
He went to the Super Bowl and he was the most sacked quarterback in the league. I think that clearly shows you if you get him some O-line that you can go pretty far.
Whoa.
So look, Joe Burrow has been sacked 201 times in 71 career games. Andrew Luck got sacked 174 times in 86 games.
He's already been through more.
Andrew Luck played 15 more games. He played 15 more games than Joe Burrow, but got sacked 27 less times than Joe Burrow. And Andrew Luck said, I'm done with this shit. I think the Bengals are.
What can Joe put up with?
Exactly. I think the Bengals, this is like a code red, bro. I think they're in a position now where Joe Burrow gets another injury like this, and he's probably going to miss if not the whole season.
3 months is the chunk of the season.
That's almost the whole season.
Yeah.
So if you're going to have your quarterback miss damn near the whole season,
make him come back. Mind you, let's say they don't invest the O-line again.
And what if they're not even close to making the playoffs? You might as well just sit him out at some point.
There's no. That's like the Ayuk situation. I feel like Ayuk should just sit. Don't even come back. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Bengals are in a situation where if this happens again, where Joe Burrow gets hit, I think Joe Burrow might think I'm done. I think this is an absolute. You said wake up call. This is the absolute. There's no more excuses in the draft. Bengals offensive line, free agency, offensive line,
first round too. If they have
the first 3 picks, he'd be
O-line.
I get their defense and their defense played good the last few games. I get their defense though overall might not be great.
I feel like
the offensive line is the absolute
free agency. Free agency, you could throw in some veterans for your defense. Throw in a good corner. Throw in a good safety. Who knows? Get another edge rusher with Hendrickson or throw somebody on the inside. We'll see. But with the draft and free agency, O-line. And it needs to be your tackles, it needs to be your guards, it needs to be a center, everything.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. A guy of his talent. I think Joe Burrow, for me, when you look at quarterbacks,
and also, not to cut you off, I pose this question to you because organizations do tend to neglect. What if they don't?
If I'm Joe Burrow, I request a trade. I'm retiring, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is ridiculous, bro. I showed you what I can do my second year, my first year actually being healthy.
Yep.
With no O-line too, and I showed you, hey, being into the Super Bowl. And since then, this is what we've done. If I'm Joe Burrow, I'm thanks for giving me my money, but at the same time, bro, I'm losing respect by the day, bro.
100%. Also as a head coach organization as a whole, he's probably looking at them man, can y'all give me some help? You know what I'm saying? Not only with my receivers, yeah, y'all paid them and that's cool, but what about me and my protection?
Yeah, it's a shame, but it kind of shows you what the Bengals are, their franchise. There's a reason why they've never been deep in the playoffs.
Right.
I mean,
Like look at teams like the Eagles, look at teams like the Chargers. Like these guys invest in O line,
and the Eagles have a mobile quarterback, but they still invested on the O. They still did it.
And you got to look at what kind of O line they're getting. Big freaking O line, like dudes who are just insanely.
They drafted Landon Dickerson. They drafted Jordan Mailata. They drafted Cam Jurgens to replace Jason Kelsey. They drafted Tyler Steen to eventually start when they lost Mekhi Becton.
Yep.
Lane Johnson's still there. I mean, that's what you do, man. Like the games are won up front. Like how many times do we have to say this?
Yep.
And it sucks to see because Joe's my guy, and it's but you're right. I think this could be an Andrew Luck part 2, and that would suck to see a guy of his talent and what he's done to leave the game like that early. And think about this,
because we know Andrew Luck could have given way more to this game.
This is how good Joe Burrow is. People believe that he should have won MVP if the Bengals made the playoffs, and Josh Allen rightfully so he won it. But like Joe Burrow, people felt that Joe Burrow, if they made the playoffs, he should have won MVP. That's how good he is, bro, and that's what he brings to the table. So, y'all Bengals, get it together, bro. Like this is ridiculous. This is years.
I think as an organization, coach, your job on the line, especially get this guy hurt again.
It's ridiculous.
You need to invest in the O-line. Either that's trading, free agency, the draft. Do something.
Yeah,
do something.
It's insane, bro.
It's disgusting. I feel like because if I'm a top 10 quarterback, top 5 quarterback, top 5 quarterback,
maybe even top 3.
Maybe top 3. The way Joe puts it up and puts up numbers. Come on, and I think a lot of people forget that. Just because of the struggles he has had with the O-line, because he's not able to get time in the pocket.
Dude.
He's not able to set his feet in the pocket.
When Andrew Luck retired, you had quarterbacks come in. You had Jacoby Brissett. You had Gardner Minshew. You had Phillip Rivers, who's at the end of his career. Anthony Richardson, that clearly hasn't worked out. And okay, Daniel Jones has played good these first few weeks, but Daniel Jones ain't Andrew Luck. So it could be karma, bro.
Yeah,
if Joe Burrow retires, you can go years without finding him.
As I say, they don't really want to lose Joe, because then I feel like you're just gonna cycle. Now and it goes to that endless cycle until you find that one guy and you just do it to him again. So we'll see, man. I really hope the Bengals wake up and invest in your O-line in the trenches. It could also help Chase Brown as well, who's an amazing running back, and I feel like he could do a lot more with a good O-line.
No lies told, bro.
We're preaching out here. But last topic before we get on to the week 3 picks, we're gonna talk. I pose this question to you because I'll get on my little tangent. You know how I do on my Niners and that stuff.
Wait, is this
not
the
that I'm mad or
anything? Thing or
mad or anything?
Oh, okay, cool. Finish.
You're 1-1. Okay. But can Mac Jones continue to win? Pose that.
100%.
From your opinion.
100%. I think. Look, I think we know who Mac Jones is. I think Mac Jones, at his best, is a guy who can get you a few wins. He's definitely competent, no doubt about that.
100%.
Is he a guy that I would want to lead my team though for the whole season? Probably not. But he showed in New England, especially his rookie year, that he can play.
Yep.
He can play. Obviously, it didn't work out though in the end in New England and Jacksonville. I mean, we just talked about Jacksonville. Clearly, it's a mess over there. So, but in this system, in this environment, we saw how Sam Darnold talked about it when he went to Minnesota, how just being in this Niners system. I mean, we saw how Jimmy G played with the Niners compared to how he played with the Raiders. Jimmy G. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. He robbed you, and I think a lot of quarterbacks see San Francisco as like rehab for quarterbacks.
Brock Purdy is what? Wasn't he the last pick in the drafts?
Correct.
And look how he's played. And obviously, individually, yes, you have to be talented. But wait a second.
Just to add on to you, how would Brock Purdy look on another team compared to how he looks on the Niners?
You're right. I don't know how he would look. I don't know. I'm not confident saying that he would be that guy.
And I do think that's why other teams kind of look at Brock Purdy in general and just be like, there's that 50-50 conversation of he's not that guy. There's that other conversation of no, he's that guy.
Dude, people underestimate how important a system and environment, culture, and just like these quarterbacks know when they go to the Niners, being coached by Shanahan, being in that environment with veteran guys who've been Super Bowl, being deep in playoffs. It's a winning culture with the Niners. It is.
And also, you got to look at it too. He propped up guys who had no business starting. C.J. Beathard, Nick Mullins, no business starting. These are certified backups. But
I don't even think
Kyle Shanahan,
are they even in the league still? Mullins and Beathard?
not at all. Not from what I know. But it kind of shows also the deficiency of Kyle Shanahan because he doesn't like to take on a quarterback like a Josh Allen, like a Joe Burrow, like a Trey Lance, like a Justin Herbert. He doesn't like those type of quarterbacks. He likes guys who are going to run his system and are going to run it his way. And I think Mac perfectly suits that. He can perfectly do that like a Brock Purdy. And I think what Mac is doing here is kind of, can I do what Sam Darnold did? Can I get that resurgence? Can I get that little push to give me pay and then possibly give me a starting job?
Yeah, and I definitely think Mac Jones is good enough because of the pieces he has around him again. McCaffrey looks, he might not be 2023 McCaffrey, but he looks pretty close to what he once was.
But I don't want to prop that up too much, Caleb, because I have looked and I have seen they only are averaging about 3.2 yards per carry between both.
I'm just saying physically though.
Physically,
he doesn't look as
injured
as he did last year.
Correct.
And with Brian Robinson, hopefully he gets more and more
implemented. Hopefully.
Ricky Pearsall. I mean, he looks like a stud, bro.
Looks great. I just hope they target him just a bit more. Yeah. Juwan Jennings looks great, but he did get hurt.
I remember in the offseason, you guys paid that tight end a lot of money to the backup. What's his name?
Burrow.
How do you feel like he's played?
And he's been playing great. He's been catching some balls and also blocking. Has been a great.
That's what he's known for.
And that's what I think Kyle tries to substitute for a battle line. He kind of has to stack up with his tight ends to kind of have them. So, yeah, with the battle line, you kind of have to use them like that. And I think with Jake Tonjes as well, who's been playing really well. And I give a lot of credit to Mac. And I do think he continued to win to answer this question, this topic. And especially with the schedule the Niners do have. He can win.
Am I going to say, let's say, Brock Purdy, they said, 3 to 5 weeks? So he'll be back.
I think about 2 weeks more, a week, he'll be back.
Yeah, again, that's a good thing. If I'm the Niners, so I make sure Brock Purdy's 100%.
That's the thing.
I'm not rushing that. I'm not doing that.
Just to add on to that, with Joe Burrow's injury and what he had, it's kind of what Brock has, but Brock has a minimal. Yeah. Exactly. So you don't say pull Brock out 4 weeks if you need to, because Matt can do this. He can run this offense. And the defense has played very well. To talk about the game, Upton Stout looks amazing. D. Winters looks as advertised, coming in, having a amazing breakout, let's say, and looks a lot like Greenlaw in that aspect. It looks great.
Yeah. I definitely do think I think definitely Mac Jones can keep this going, man. And
I agree.
There's something about that system that Shanahan has down there, bro. He can,
and also
you can plug and play guys, and they can get it done. So.
And what I noticed too, with Kyle doesn't do with Purdy a lot. He let Mac throw over about 50 times.
Yeah, that was nice. I don't know if that's a great recipe moving forward, but
I don't know. But I think it does show Kyle has a lot of trust in Mac, and what Mac does do differently, what I think he does better than Purdy is he does get the ball out to his first read and gets it out fast.
He will.
Mac Jones gets the ball out very fast and it's very efficient offense, push the ball down the field. Kind of a lot like Daniel Jones in that aspect. But Daniel Jones a lot more mobility. Yeah. And what Purdy tries to do, sometimes he takes a little bit too long. Maybe that's a test to his height. He has said in podcasts it's difficult for him to see over that O-line, and Mac Jones just had that, little more inches.
Yeah. And isn't it true too that it's kind of funny that didn't they want Mac Jones over Trey Lance in that draft too?
The rumors were swirling, and I don't know whoever made that pick, but also whoever made that trade up, I think entirely at the end of the day should be fired, because I didn't think you needed to trade up for Trey Lance or Mac Jones. You didn't need to trade up for either, in my opinion. My personal opinion. You could have just stayed where you were at. You could have had your picks. And the narrative for Trey Lance or Mac Jones wouldn't have been so harsh. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I think Mac Jones, if he came in as a rookie, would even look better, you know what I'm saying, than Trey Lance, because I don't think Lance fits that offense. My opinion. But yeah, I think you can continue to win. To move on. We got tomorrow, Thursday night, man. I'm before we move on to this next topic of week 3 picks. I do love have a football week. I
I
don't
know, man. Football being back just brings a certain type of positive vibe.
Yeah, man.
You know,
and then
vibe.
the weather is gonna kick in even more with the cold. Fall's gonna kick in, and the Thanksgiving's gonna kick in, and Christmas gonna kick in. And that's my favorite, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about. We're focused on the now. We're focused on Thursday night football. We got.
I would say it's gonna be a competitive game.
We got the Bills and the Dolphins here. I don't really care who's away or home here. Bills are gonna put belts ass.
I thought you were gonna pick the Dolphins.
But you know, Bills are gonna belt ass in this game. They are going to absolutely whoop the Dolphins. And the Dolphins, I feel like, could put up points in this game, but I'm just gonna pick the Bills. This is the same.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go too in depth. These picks, these are quick picks. We're trying to be like my boy, my bird. You know what I'm saying? You know, just get straight to it.
At the end of the day, Dolphins secondary can't stop a cold. The Dolphins offense looks anemic, and the Bills defense is not really good.
Anemia.
Yeah, and it's Josh Allen and
the MVP.
So yeah, Dolphins 0-3, Bills 3-0.
Yep.
Game number 2. Cincinnati heads to Minnesota. Jay, what do you think?
Is JJ playing in this game, or is he out?
I think he's out. I think they signed Desmond Ridder off the street.
So I'm gonna take the Bengals in this game for.
I don't know if
they're gonna have weapons. Okay, you got T. Higgins. You got
Jake Brown's a good backup. We
got my boy Jake in there, man.
He's a good backup.
Yes, sir. And then obviously off momentum, man. I think Bengals defense has been playing a lot better than they have last year.
Better than expected, for sure.
And they have been holding teams to a lower amount of points, which is good to see. So I think Jake's not going to have to do too much. I think he just has to do his job, get it to his weapons, get it to your first read, get the ball out, run the ball, and Bengals are going to.
100%. I agree with everything you said. Bengals in this game. Whoever comes in from Minnesota, again, I just don't have enough confidence.
That offense is not good.
Yeah, I just don't. And again, Minnesota's defense will keep the game close, but no, Bengals. Big Browning, one of the best backups. Go get it done, buddy.
Get it done, buddy. And we got next game here, Steelers and the Patriots. This is going to be a great game right here. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of confidence, man. I do want to touch on this. We didn't have a topic on this today. Steelers defense looked very underwhelming this year, and I do think there are a lot of holes on that defense. They're allowing a lot of points on the board.
And I do think too, he's hurt.
He is hurt. Yes, that did happen. And New England, man, has. I know the Raiders didn't win that first game, but I did see a lot of good in that offense and what Drake May did with the limited weapons he has, and motivated Stephon Diggs with the baby coming. Let's get it, man! And congratulations, sir. I do think the Patriots do take this game. I think it'll be close, though. I do think it'll be a close game. Aaron Rodgers is still playing well from what I saw.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers didn't quite have a good week 2 performance compared to week 1. We looked like prime A-Rod.
Right. Maybe he didn't take his
ayahuasca. Look, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh in this game. I think it's going to be a really close game. You're right. Drake May, for me, he showed some things against our defense in week 1, but week 2 he looked way better. I just still have my concerns about.
I don't like that Steelers defense.
Yeah, but their secondary and Jalen Ramsey has looked really good these first 2 weeks.
Jalen Ramsey's one guy.
Joey Porter Jr. has looked good as well on the opposite. I mean, I think Jabril Peppers will be more and more involved in that defense here in week 3.
Who did they play last week?
Who did the Steelers play? I'm blanking out, bro.
I know, me too. I forgot who they played. Excuse me. The Seahawks. Yeah, if you're allowing 31 points for the Seahawks, what the Niners just did, I'm not gonna lie, Niners don't have a phenomenal defense. It is a young defense.
Yeah.
And I think that's a test to Robert Saleh, but that's
the Christian Gonzalez. He practiced, I believe, yesterday, or I think it's today or yesterday. But he's probably going to be a go for this game.
So I have a lot of faith in Patriots.
I think this game could go either way, but I still think Steelers overall just have more talent for me on both sides of the ball. I think he bounces back. I don't think Christian Gonzalez is going to be 100% in this game. I still think it's going to take him a few games to get back. So I'm going Pittsburgh.
You like Pittsburgh. And then we got the Colts and the Titans. I think the Colts do take this game.
Oh, sorry, Cam.
By the way, Cam, I do want to poach this a little bit. Cam doesn't look bad. He's playing well with what he has available, and he's doing what best with what he has. And I think what Tennessee needs to take away is what they need to add to this offense. And I think that's just more weapons.
They've got two decent running backs in Jay Spears and Tony Pollard.
Spears like that.
The wide receiver room, they lost Treylon Burks for the year.
Big loss.
But overall, yeah, the offense outside of the running back room, just there's nothing really there.
And defense can only do so much. The defense is pretty decent.
Yeah, they're bigger right. Yeah, I'm going.
Colts. Down, baby.
I forgot.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm going.
He's forgetting his boy. He's propping up. Look at him.
I'm going Colts 3-0. Danny Dimes, man, and
get him.
Early MVP front-runner, Danny Dimes. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Early front-runner. I'm saying he's one of the front.
My MVP right now is Justin Herbert. Calm the hell down.
Ooh,
Calm the hell down with the Daniel Jones talk. As of right now, it's 2 games in. But if we're picking the early MVP, and it's right now, it's just Herbert. Sorry.
I hear you.
Ain't carrying.
Herbert's been playing well, man. He looks
playing well.
Yeah, respect.
What's next game, man?
Moving on to the next game, we got the Houston Texans. They're headed to Jacksonville. This game, I don't know. This game is kind of weird.
This could be 50-50. This could be low scoring.
I'm going Houston.
I think CJ is really going to push hard this game. And, he needs to get a win.
Their offense needs to get going. Like
no, 100%.
Nick Chubb though looked good though the first few games. Nick Chubb,
man. Hey, I told you about Nick Chubb, man.
Chubb looked good, bro.
And I think he takes his health in real consideration.
Yeah.
So I think him bouncing back, man, it's really good to see, man. I'm glad to see it. And that defense has really played well, and I think they're going to hold up. Trevor Lawerence, we talked about earlier.
Yeah, we don't need to. We don't need to.
This dude's a joke.
Anyways,
I mean, it's because he has the weapons. He has.
Yeah.
It's not like a Daniel Jones situation where he was. Also, that's a conversation for another time. New York and the guys they left and let go. It's a bad look, by the way. It's not a Daniel Jones situation. He has the weapons. So I'm taking CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans.
Same here.
All right. And we got the Falcons and the Panthers.
Yeah, I feel bad.
We didn't talk about Bryce today, and I didn't really want to talk about Bryce.
I'm gonna lay out Bryce, man, because
we're gonna lay out Bryce. He actually has some good throws.
We're rooting for the guy, but I'm going Falcons. Your guy Penix looked pretty solid last game. Made some good plays. I think Atlanta.
Their defense holds up too.
Their defense is really good, and Falcons are just better. They're better right now.
Absolutely. Falcons take this game.
But it is a division game. Games can get
close.
So, but I go Falcons.
I say 21-17 if I'm putting a score on it.
Yeah.
And divisional games are close. We got a good one here though. Undefeated teams. We got the Eagles and the Rams. I do think as of right now, Eagles are the more sustainable team. I do think they will take the time of possession into account in this game.
Yeah.
The running game will be heavily impacted in this game, and I think the Rams just won't hold up. And I think the Eagles are on a good stretch, man. They're a strong team.
Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the more exciting games, obviously, of this week. You know what? It's just
I better cut you off. I do think this is where we start to get big plays with AJ Brown. This is the start where we start to get big plays from Devontae Smith.
I don't want to see him go back to reading the book on the sideline. Respectfully.
Respect.
You know what? You're going Philadelphia. I know it's a home game, but I'm going with the Rams in this game. You know what?
Riding it, bro. Ever since we got back on the in-person pod, just riding this Rams team.
I got to roll with the Rams. They were my pick to win your guys' division. And look.
Stand on what you say, man. Stand on what you say.
There has to be, I think, more respect to this Rams defense. They're extremely young, and
they're good. They're good.
All 3 levels.
Not disregarding it. I'm just saying Eagles are a better team.
They're for me
offensively.
The only edge for me I see with Philadelphia and the Rams, like comfortably, is the offense. For me.
And the running game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Saquon. Yeah. No question. But you look at the weapons with Tay and Puka and Higbee. I mean,
it's a tie.
And I think Stafford. I'm taking Stafford over Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I would too. But I think if you're getting Hurts, you use Goddard a lot too.
Goddard's a stud too. Yeah, no question. You're right. It's gonna be a close game. I won't be surprised.
This one's gonna come down to the end though.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. And it can't. That's why it wasn't the playoffs last year. And then that rainy weather, the Rams had a chance to win. They couldn't get it done. But I won't be surprised if the Eagles win. But I'm going with the Rams. I think the Rams are riding some early momentum right now because they typically started slow the last few years, but they're starting.
They have, and they picked it up this year. To be fair,
yeah. Moving on, we got the New York Jets, Jets in Tampa Bay.
No, it just feels he's going to be out. I know he had an injury.
Yeah.
If he is out,
even if he was playing,
even if he was playing, respectfully, didn't look good that last game. He was kind of struggling getting the ball down the field. But yeah, Buccaneers look amazing. Emeka Buka, I think, is going to go over 100 yards. I think he's going to go over 100 yards. 100 yards this game. I think he will.
Yeah, I would like to see Kate Otten as well. I want to see him get more implemented in that Buccaneers offense. He's an underrated young tight end.
A little bit.
They haven't really got him going as much, but Baker Mayfield's continues to play well, man. His offense looking good. I think Chris Godwin are expecting to be back potentially next week. I think that's
good
what
to see, man. Good to see.
Yeah, because he's been injured the last few years.
Also, slowly bring him back, man, because you don't want him injured again. You don't want a reoccurring injury, and with the injuries that's happening this year, you need to keep a guy healthy.
Yeah, and again, I think for me, Buccaneers more talented again. I think the Jets will give it a good fight, but
top five wide receiver tandem in the league. When Godwin comes back,
yeah, that's a. I don't think there's a lot of wide receiver groups I'm taking over that Bucks. I'm gonna be honest.
There's some good ones out there,
but those three together.
No, those three together though. That's what I mean. It's like top three. You know what I'm saying?
Out there. But yeah, again, it's great to see Breece Hall get back implemented into this offense like he should. But yeah, I think the Jets fucking should better.
Yeah, but it's just a better team. Next game here, I think there's be some things about this game that are interesting because I'm gonna pick the Raiders if Jaden Daniels isn't playing. But if Jaden Daniels is playing,
he's not. I don't know if he's 100% though.
That is true, but he does get it to his weapons, and I think he does bounce back from that game against the Packers. He will get that rush from Crosby, of course. But other than that, I think he'll be able to sit back a little more in the pocket and sling it a bit more than he was able to because the Packers really got after him.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't play, man, Raiders easily take this game.
Yeah, even if Jaden plays, I just don't think he's going to be 100%. And the part what makes Jaden great is his escapability to make plays out on the run. Yes, he can make plays from the pocket, but that takes away from what he likes to do a lot too, and scrambling and extend plays. So
no, I don't think they're going to let him play if he can't move a little.
Yeah, I think the Raiders win this game because, I don't think Jaden's going to play. Respect to Marcus.
I hope they don't.
Yeah,
I hope they don't send him out there.
Respect to Marcus Mariota. I think he is
love that guy.
He's definitely a competent backup.
Absolutely.
But I'm going with the Raiders. The Commanders' defense is sketchy to say the least.
And I do think we didn't talk about it. You can talk about it right now. I do think Geno bounces back this game.
Yeah, I think he has a bounce back game. Like you said, that was the worst Geno performance I've seen in the last 2 or 3 years.
And on that secondary, that's something he could take advantage of.
100%. And our defense the last 2 games, the first games looked pretty good.
Held up very well.
So yeah, I'm going Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, what's the next one after that, bro?
You're moving on. This is going to be I think it's going to be a good game, Jay. Green Bay Packers taking on a mighty team in the Cleveland Browns.
Green Bay, move on.
I'm going to go with I'm going with the
Green Bay, move on.
Green
Bay, move on.
That's it, Jay. You got it.
Joe Flax.
Hey.
Oh wait, we got the breaking news here. Kyle Shanahan says that Brock Purdy has a chance to play on Sunday. I think that says Brock Purdy's scared for his job. No, I'm just kidding. But I do hope he doesn't because I don't want him rushing.
Yeah,
because you see what happened with Joe Burrow, but Kyle tends to have this tough mentality with the team and play through it and be a physical team. And I really don't think it's smart. I don't think it's smart. And then we got a good game here, Broncos and the Chargers. And how the Chargers look, it is a division game, but how the Chargers look to me, man, they're a well-coached team. That defense looks amazing. Mac doesn't look like he's going to play this week. He's going to put on that brace. And thank God he will be back.
He's not going to play, though.
He's not going to play. Not going to play this week. But from what it looked like, even without Khalil Mack, that defense looked like they played very well. And they're a very disciplined defense.
They got it. What's that guy's name? Dayon Henley. My bad if I mispronounced your first name. But he's a stud, dude. He's potentially an all-pro linebacker. He's the real deal.
And their secondary ain't bad at all, man. So I'm going to pick the Chargers to win this game. It's going to be a very close game, I do predict. And I do think Bo Nix does play a lot better this game, too.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with the Broncos. I hate to pick the Broncos in any kind of game. But
you hate to pick either of these teams in any kind of way.
100%. I'm going to go with the Broncos in this game. I think the way how the game ended for them against the Colts and the flag and just the whole ending to that game, the bizarre of it. I'm going to go Broncos in this game. I think they respond better. I just don't think the Chargers win 3 straight division games to start the season. That's extremely hard.
It's extremely hard to do, but I do think they are the team to do it. And I don't think it's impossible.
100%. I think the Broncos defense doesn't play like that again in this game.
I would hope not. I think they're going to get really worked about the coaches. And really.
And think about this. We know whoever Surtan's on in this game, it's going to be a tough night. So I'm going Broncos in this game again. I think it's going to be low scoring because the Chargers defense is like that too. But I think Broncos find a way in a really tough, gritty division.
What we got next, man?
Moving on, we got the New Orleans Saints, who let's just say they're not off to a great start.
I'm not going to say though. I am going to say though. Rattler.
He looked decent though.
He looks like a competent quarterback to me. I'm going to say that.
They're going to Seattle. I'm going to Seattle. Seattle should get the game. Yeah, respectfully.
And then we got the Cardinals and the 49ers. I do think I think it will be close. Yeah. But since it's a little different this year, I am going to say the Niners are going to win this game. We have had troubles against Arizona in the past, even with Brock Purdy playing, right? But I think with this young defense, man, and having Robert Saleh back has been an absolute blessing in disguise. All gas, no breaks. And Fred Warner has been an absolute dog.
He looks back to his best. Dude.
Yeah, and Bosa's been playing well late in games, which is great to see. Yeah, Bryce Huff, man, he's kind of looking that bend. That bend was disgusting. The lineman didn't even get a hand on him. He said that bend was disgusting.
That was an underrated move this offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Bryce Huff, his last fit, it just didn't work. You know what I mean? It didn't work. It didn't work. But with Robert Saleh in this defense, as you can see, it's working well. And credit to the Arizona Cardinals and what they have right now. That defense looks decent.
Campbell had a monster game, dude.
Looks
2
great.
sacks. I think he forced a fumble too.
Will Johnson is clamps. And Marvin Harrison, looks great.
Yeah.
And I think it's up to Kyler Murray in this game, honestly. If Kyler Murray could get out of the pocket and really make some plays downfield, they have a great chance to win this game. But I'm going to take my Niners, man.
I'm actually taking the Niners too. I haven't been that much impressed. Yeah, I haven't been that much impressed by the Cardinals so far. They've had some great players, made some great moments. And, but Kyler Murray for me hasn't looked like so far. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I think that even though the Niners, their last few games, it's came because the defense has gotten the job done. I just think I have more faith right now in the Niners. For me, I think the Cardinals. I don't know. I think they're 2-0 for me is a little fool's gold the way they've been playing. So I'm gonna go Niners.
I do hear you there.
Respect to Kyler though, man.
Hey man,
he actually should have been an Oakland A. He chose football.
Man, that is true. That is very true. I remember that time. And then we got a next game. It's a tough start. I want to say this. It's a tough start for the Bears, and it's a lucky ass start for the Cowboys, man. We got Cowboys and the Bears. I do think Dallas takes this pretty easy and simple. That offense is going to force them. I'm sorry. And if Jalen Johnson's out, done.
Yeah, this is potentially Caleb Williams' last stand for a while. Yeah, I'm going Cowboys in this game. Again, they're just better. Chicago, they've shown that their offense, they can't score points. They can't move the ball down the field. Their defense as well just looks, especially without Jalen Johnson now for a little bit.
It's going to be touching time?
It's potentially season ending.
Oh, yeah. No, the Bears are going to struggle this year. Oh, my God. No, that secondary is shot.
Shout out to my guy, Jaquan Brisker on the back end. But, I mean.
That secondary shot.
Man, Bears. Sorry, Ben Johnson. Should have came to the Raiders though. Moving on. Kansas City Chiefs. They're headed to New York.
I'm actually gonna take the upset here. I'm gonna put some.
This guy's done with the Chiefs, man. Good.
Let's go, Russ, man. Let's go, Russ. And I feel like that defense will get after Patrick. I'm cutting that out. Anyways, but yeah, I do think that defense will get after Mahomes. I do think if the Chiefs do get this win, I don't think it'll be easy.
Oh no.
That defense is playing up to par. I also think the secondary of the Giants and Phillips so underrated, very underrated. He's sticky, man.
Javon Holland, bro, what a signing he's been so far.
Absolutely. And with the Chiefs, until they trade for Tyreek Hill,
or at least another wide receiver
in general, or they sign a free agent, their offense is going to continue to struggle. And how the Giants defense looks, and let's not forget the Giants offense. It don't look too bad neither. So I'm gonna take the Giants on the upset.
Respect. I do want to go with the Giants.
I know you're gonna. Bro's the Chief fan. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I can see the Chiefs starting 0-3. Even though the Giants have looked probably better.
Dude,
they look better than the Chiefs.
They look better than a lot than they have in a lot of years.
Dude. Like their record doesn't reflect how they play.
That's my thing.
But
and I do think that they could possibly get their first win too.
They can't. Just again, maybe it's just the blind faith in the Chiefs of Mahomes and Andy Reid and those guys,
and how they have come back. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's just years of evidence.
I know what you mean. I do.
So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, but I think it's close. I think it's gonna be a real close game.
But down to the wire like last game.
Down to the wire. I think it's gonna be low scoring because I think both defenses can play at a pretty high level.
Russ is gonna. I do want to say Russ will have a game, but I do think this defense is gonna have a little trouble.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Chiefs here, but I will not be shocked if the Giants win.
I'm not gonna be shocked at all. I'm picking them for a reason, dude. I do think it's gonna be close. Yeah, unless I do see this also chance of happening. Some fluke happens. Chiefs start early with the kick return all the way for a tutty, and the momentum just kind of goes from there.
And one thing I want to say about McDuffie, these first few games hasn't quite looked like his all-pro self. So I think this game, he's going to be matched up with Malik Neighbors for the most part. It looks like.
I like to see. I'm going to look at that matchup. I'm really like to see who wins that. So I really like to see.
I think McDuffie starts to get back to what he is. You know, what he's shown the last few years. Since he came in the league. So, but even Jalen Watson, hopefully, he starts to get going as well. He hasn't quite looked great, but Chiefs. I want to pick the Giants because my guy Russ, man. But I gotta go with the Chiefs because they've shown it. They've shown it for years, bro.
Good for different opinions on this pod, man. But last game here, we got Monday night. Good game here, Lions and Ravens. We'll see if I do want to see if Detroit could keep it up with that offense. We don't know. I don't want to discredit them, right? But it was against the Chicago defense who's hurt right now.
Yeah.
And Ravens defense is freaking solid, man. Kyle Hamilton is right in line for defense player of the year, but
Juan Smith too. That guy's a monster.
Yeah, that dude's a monster. I do think Ravens take this game comfortably. I do think Derrick Henry has a way better game than he did last game. He had a terrible game.
Yeah, no.
I do. That's rare, mind you. Rare. Fuck me in fantasy, by the way, but rare. Hey, no hate. Everyone has a bad game, but I do think their running game gets back into it. Lamar's going to do his thing. 2-time MVP, my dog. And, man, they're going to take it.
I think it's going to be a close game.
High scoring, I think, too.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
I think over 30.
I think so. I don't know if it's as the game we saw with the Bills and Ravens in Week 1.
Ooh,
but
I don't know if it's that level.
It could be similar.
It could be a little close to that level, right?
For me, I want to see the Lions get my guy Laporta more involved.
Absolutely. He's been little to nothing.
Yeah, like you said, Derrick Henry, him coming off that kind of game, he's gonna he's gonna potentially go berserk in this game. I think the Ravens respond. In this game,
he's training right. He's lifting weights right now, getting mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the Lions, man, they've showed their frailties on defense this year.
That too. They showed the weaknesses in their depth.
And we started to see it towards the end of last season.
Yep.
And it hasn't really.
The problem is just depth wise. Your starters are great.
Yeah, you take Brian Branch out of that secondary.
You take Hutchins.
Again, we like Terry Arnold. He's a good young corner, but Brian Branch is what makes that secondary go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even with him, they've looked porous. So I'm going Ravens, but high scoring game. Sure.
And those are your week 3 picks, folks. We hope you enjoyed.
An hour and 20. This was a good one.
That's a good one right here for y'all. Episode 49. We're going to bring y'all episode 50. Maybe something special, maybe not. But we're trying to bring the best episode to y'all. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. Really does. Me and your boy Caleb, man. We're out of this one, man. We're going to hit y'all on the next one, man. Go Niners, man. Peace. Limited.